Hello and welcome to my very first carnivore video. I am calling myself the simple blonde carnivore. All of those statements about me are true. I am a simple person. I enjoy the simple pleasures in life. I try not to complicate things. I tend to accept a truth and run with it. I am blonde. Even after going through breast cancer treatment, including chemo, my hair remains blonde. I thought it was going to come back curly and gray, but it is blonde all the way to my roots. Baby, I was born this way. And there are a lot of truths that, or let me take that back. There are a lot of beliefs about blondes that I embrace simply because it excuses some of my rather spacey behavior. I also claim chemo brain when it's convenient. Simple blonde carnivore. I want to explain that. I am on day 32 of a carnivore diet. Matter of fact, I was just eating ground beef with my homemade taco seasoning blend, a little bit of whole milk sour cream, and I have my first dose of water with a drop of 5% Lugol's iodine in my water, getting ready to start my work day. And I just thought, why not? Let's start today with my first carnivore video. I don't know how to YouTube. I'm just using my Android phone propped up on my work computer. But I want to learn. I want to get started. So I'm just going to jump out here. 32 days ago, my daughter and I started the carnivore lifestyle for health reasons. I will eventually include my diagnoses in these. If I can find a printout from one of my doctor visits that shows my long list of lovely things like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was diagnosed in 2018 with inflammatory breast cancer that was HER2 negative, PR positive. So right there off the bat, I've got two conditions that I've dealt with that are hormone related. I was raised on, it wasn't originally a farm. My parents did end up moving to a farm, but we've always had a very large garden where from a young child I was out pulling weeds, running a tiller, and I would pick vegetables right out of the garden. We're talking kohlrabi, potatoes, tomatoes off the vine, whatever, and I would just rinse them in the garden hose and eat them. So a lot of people say they grew up hating vegetables, and it's sort of a natural indicator that vegetables are not good for the proper human diet. Thank you, Dr. Ken Berry. But I was not like that. I grew up loving vegetables and fruits. And even now I have my own garden growing that is just going crazy in cantaloupe and figs and tomatoes and carrots, bell peppers, jalapenos, you name it. I started out this year, as I do every year, growing a vegetable garden because I love them. But 32 days ago, my daughter and I decided to give this a try. I spent 5 days researching the carnivore diet before we started, and I liked what I learned. I may title this video "My Ex and My Sister." I don't know, clickbait. My ex-husband, and I'll tell that story sometime, is a lot of the motivation as to why we're starting this diet, and as well as my sister, who was able to heal gut issues once she read the Plant Paradox book. So she's been harping in my ear a long time about nightshades and lectins, and I learned about oxalates, and then I learned about cholesterol and hormones, and I just decided the carnivore diet was a really wise way to go, because not only do I have these health issues and many more, my daughter's got them in spades. Whatever I got diagnosed with, she's also been diagnosed with, but at a much younger age. And I want to see us lead a healthier lifestyle. So we're 32 days in. My daughter has lost 24 pounds. I have lost 15 since starting carnivore. I actually started a calorie restriction, sort of keto, doing sweat into the oldies with Richard Simmons diet 5 weeks before starting carnivore. So I'm down a total of 21 pounds, but 15 since starting carnivore. I will tell you there are some immediate health benefits that we have already realized even within the first 30 days. My daughter, who suffers greatly from, one of her things is anxiety attacks. She would have daily anxiety attacks, sometimes multiple times a day, of varying severity, but she has been medically treated for many, many years for her anxiety. She is off of her anxiety medicines, and now after the first week, she's not had a single issue with anxiety. The first week, she did not have any anxiety attacks, but she said she could feel them, like the initial feeling she gets when they're coming on, but it never developed into a full-blown anxiety attack. I don't understand it. I've never had one, but that's how she explained it to me. But no anxiety attacks, and since that first week, not even any of those issues. And I have gotten rid of my ankle edema. I had bilateral ankle edema, although it was worse in my left leg, and I don't really understand that. My sister, who's a nurse, said that I might have some valve problem or something in that particular leg. But anyway, my ankle edema is gone. Another issue that I suffer with is I've always been extremely flexible, which I kind of thought was cool. But my tendons are extremely flexible, and this causes me actually too much pain because I have way too much movement in my tendons, and I've gone to extensive PT trying to strengthen my core muscles and the muscles around my tendons so that my tendons don't have to do so much of the work. The muscles are supposed to do the work and give the tendons a break. But as a result of that, I have pain in my tailbone when I sit for too long. My hip flexor tendons cause me quite a bit of issue. I have a lot of arthritis and joint pain. Those things are improving. I'm not going to tell you they're resolved yet. I don't think long-term health issues that come from years of an improper diet are going to resolve in just 30 days. But I will say my pain is getting better. So I think we've got a story to tell. With my cancer and the medical treatment that I've gone through, there's a lot, and I'll reveal that over time. But I'm hoping that even though I work in the medical industry, I am not a medical professional. I am a data manager. But I have a lot of experience. I've got a lot of life experience and a lot of wisdom that's come from that, a lot of research. You can imagine as soon as I heard the words, "you have cancer," I did a lot of digging, learning about grounding and sunlight and essential oils and vitamin C therapy and all kinds of things. I mean, whatever avenue I could go down, I went down, because when you have cancer, you feel so out of control. Like all of a sudden, all of these doctors and medical professionals are making all of these decisions for you, and they're throwing all this information at you, and you're just taking one step at a time, following this path of treatment and cure that are being thrown at you, but there's nothing you can do. And I'm the kind of person where I feel like I need to have some level of control in just about everything. That my health especially, surely there's something that I can do. And I asked my medical oncologist about diet. What can I be eating to help myself, build my immune system? Because cancer at its core is a failure of our immune system. And she said, well, I can refer you to the dietitian. I guess they have a dietetic sort of arm of the cancer clinic at Duke. Duke, it's all comprehensive treatment. But what they pushed on me was the standard American diet. We're talking about, the food pyramid. The best advice I got was to possibly avoid soy, because soy contains phytoestrogens. My cancer was 92% estrogen receptor positive, so you may want to stay away from some soy just in case. That was the best nutritional advice I got, so I had to do a lot of independent research. Anyway, my point is, I might have some information that might help someone with some similar issues. So I want to start this channel, and I'll do short daily check-ins. Right now, I don't even know how to do this. I don't have a camera stabilizer, but I just kind of want to show where I'm at. None of y'all know what I looked like when I started, but here's me right now, and that's Benny on the floor. That's my work desk. But I weigh, as of this morning, 207.4 pounds. I started carnivore at 222.8 pounds. And I have a record of that because I went to the doctor on that day. More about that later. But show backside. I'm a big lady. I am 5'7", used to be 5'8", but I have osteopenia, another issue we'll talk about in the future, ever since cancer treatment. And bisphosphonates are part of my life, which I've also been learning about lately every 6 months. Anyway, so I'm now 5'7" because I've lost an inch, but you can see I carry a lot of fat right in this area. I'm not a small girl, but 207 pounds is an awful lot of weight to be on this frame. At one point in time, I weighed as much as 262 pounds. So I've battled obesity my whole life. And I'm really happy to say that I think I found my solution. Carnivore diet it is. So my day 32 check-in and the beginning of my carnivore YouTube journey. Be blessed, y'all. Embrace the simple pleasures that abound in every day. And God bless. Bye-bye.